Zimbabwe, or some of these other ones, have insanely high inflation. They are not going to be increasing the value of their currency. They can't. It's general economics. Iraq's inflation is extremely low. The central bank keeps bragging about that. We keep seeing that because the inflation is the key principle that allows them to increase the rate. Salah said, "Be careful in what you hear on the news because Sudani's approval rate after the elections is over 64% of the people public approval." Customs announces the start of implementing the pre-clearance customs declaration for all goods and merchandise. While it indicated the commencement of the application of the new customs tariff on hybrid cars and some goods, it confirmed the cancellation of the lump sum system for containers in ports and the adoption of tariffs based on materials, the new tariff for goods and merchandise, imposing a customs duty on hybrid cars without affecting the rest of the vehicle's machinery, and cars in the customs duty with imposing a customs duty of 5% on the value of gold. Unfortunately, with war, the overall picture becomes much clearer. This U.S. administration is pushing forward with the promise of ending Iran-backed militants in Iraq in 2026. This promise is concerning to Iraq. They now know that in the dead of night, the U.S. could change the landscape in Iraq. The United States is not leaving Iraq and is merely rearranging the chairs. They will, however, pare down some of the forces and like in the past. As soldiers rotate out, one will be replaced by two, and the forces slowly increased, and then they will do it again. You must pay attention to the past to understand the future. I was correct when I said the RV would not happen in 2025, and I am correct when I tell you there will be no RV in 2026. A meeting next week where the central bank will be joining Parliament. Why? We have reforms coming forward. The reforms are rate change dependent. The huge basket of laws is also rate change dependent. They have tasks between them that overlap, such as the reforms. They are trying to show you their now critical steps coming forward that require the rate to change. They're showing you that from so many angles. Tax reforms, banking reforms, 150 plus laws. They have to start working together. All of this is coming together because the rate is about to change. Alak, where were you born? Somewhere in Iran. I'm Iranian. Ka. Why don't you give the new exchange rate to the Prime Minister? I don't think we're in the right condition to release that yet. You are one moron, aren't you? Everything that's needed is there. All the evidence, all the proof is there. There ain't nothing else to do. Everybody's waiting for you. I would like for them to seat the government. Think about this. If Olak wasn't there and somebody else was there, do you think we would have the new exchange rate? The dollar is breaking the dinar's backbone. Late decisions are opening the gates of hell on Iraqis' pockets. The dollar in Iraq is approaching the 150,000 dinar mark. Olak does just enough to keep Iraq looking good without giving us a real rate. It's at the hands of Maliki and his Iranian-backed puppets. This is the issue. CBI is totally separate, but also totally corrupt by Maliki. Al-Sudani is the man of the hour and the next prime minister. This is a strong indicator that Al-Sudani has momentum for a second term. My view has been it would be cleaner for the rear transition and adjustment. It makes the most sense and is seen as the cleanest way to move the country forward. A second term through the gateway of stability. The State of Law Coalition supports renewing confidence in al-Sudani for the benefit of Iraq. On Monday, January 5, 2026, MP Jassim Al-Alawi from the State of Law Coalition affirmed his support for renewing Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani's term for a second term, stressing that this choice stems from the supreme interest of Iraq and the preservation of political and service stability. The Iraq news is now showing you that the dollar is increasing to concerning higher levels. The new parliament has less cockroaches now. That's why they are saying it's time to get rid of Olak at the CBI. He is the enemy of the new exchange rate. He was saying yes to the United States of America for the longest time. But now that he's kissing the ass of some other jerk, he's not our guy anymore. He's got to go. With Iraq, it seems they are moving, but no fanfare. Do you think they will just switch very quietly and we see it days later? Mark C. That is exactly what I believe it will appear like to the rest of the world. They are going to try to keep this as quiet as they can. It will appear differently to us. We are more plugged in, and banks will want us to come in so they have liquidity. The projected timeline for Iraq's international exchange rate deployment reportedly locked in at March 31st, 2026. ISX just 8 date. The culmination of a seismic shift brewing beneath the surface of Baghdad financial corridors. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has been quietly welding together a framework to launch a redenominated dinar, shearing off those burdensome 3 zeros to breathe new life into an economy long shackled by cash-heavy chaos and oil dependency. This isn't some hopeful guesswork. It's a calculated strike, fueled by exclusive info with banknote printing contracts and digital spine integrations racing toward completion.